Well, hi there. I haven't been doing too many videos. Actually, I have been doing a lot of videos. I just haven't been publishing them. A lot of them haven't been that nice. And there's one I've been kind of working on, and that's about religion. And I don't know if I'm ever going to publish that. That just gets too much of a really absurd reaction. But one thing I want to talk about is the stupidity of wealthy people. And when I say wealthy people, I'm not talking about rich people. I'm not talking about millionaires that, have a few $1,000,000. I'm talking about wealthy people. I guess we could start calling them the billionaire class. And anybody who understands how much $1 billion is, that it's an absurd amount of money. I've been thinking every time I see the foolishness of extremely wealthy people, the destruction of our country environmentally, it's just coming from, people want to think that it's, they're doing it on purpose or whatever. No, they're not. They're just not that bright. They only are looking, what's that old expression? Cut off your nose to spite your face. They're just not looking past their nose. They're only fixated on what's in front of them, and that's just a pile of money that they want to keep making bigger for some reason. When they already have so much money, it's no country. Some countries couldn't spend it all, And yet, still on average, about 22,000 children under the age of 2 die every single day from malnutrition or war or something to do with a gun. I'm not into gun bashing either. I don't give a shit what anybody. If people want to have guns and ammunition, that's fine. I just think it should be regulated, well regulated, as at least as well regulated as getting a license to drive a car. So I've heard, I've been watching the news, and we just got finished with this major fire season that happened in August. Things are cooling down a little bit. They're cooling down here a little bit. Not much, 10 degrees. Let's see, it's 11:30 at night, and it's not bad. It's 80 degrees outside. It's better than it's been, We haven't dipped into we're starting to dip into the 70s at night, and I just can't wait for the 60s. But let's use Elon Musk. Here's this jerk, as far as I'm concerned, and anybody who bought a Tesla, just how stupid. Buy something that expensive that has a battery. Stop it. And the excuse they want to make is that the batteries cost so much and all this and bullshit. It's hardly any moving parts. You know, if the Japanese and the Chinese can build a commuter car and for less than, and the people can buy it for less than $10,000, we're not capable of that. And I pretty much think most of the problems of the world and of our country and other countries is because of really, really stupid, wealthy people. Now, okay, Elon Musk. The first thing he did, he's really a traitorous, son of a you-know-what. And he's obviously a N-word. I don't mean pertaining to melanin. I mean pertaining to goose stepping. He's this wealthy kid from South Africa who's, I think they moved to Rhodesia, his father did, or something, I don't know. And then they moved over here, and it was pretty much due to the Mandela effect. I'm so witty sometimes. So I want to talk about this Starlink shit. What he did in Ukraine, cutting off the Starlink satellites to Ukraine and turning them on for Russia. And nobody in our Defense Department or anything is saying anything about it. So now the Russians can, really pinpoint where these missiles are going to hit, and hundreds of people have died, and including children, hospitals, schools. Thanks, Mr. Musk. If anybody in Ukraine owns a Tesla, which I doubt, you should sell it immediately. Either that or reverse engineer it and start making your own, because really there's not really much to an electric vehicle. If you yank out all the computer and electronic crap and all that, it's a battery with a body around it and 4 wheels. So, but the Starlink system, I just wanted to, I don't think I want to be too long. I always say that, but it's, so I can't remember the exact amount, but his goal for Starlink is to put 140,000 low orbit satellites around the Earth. He's already got some obnoxious number up there. 20 or 30,000 or something like that. And now he's not the only one. The Chinese are putting satellites up there for their communication systems. Of course, not to be outdone, Google's up there doing it. I'm sure that there's probably a group of European nations that want to get in on the action. So the projection is that we're going to have this giant, we're going to be surrounded by these low orbit, or all different kind of orbits. I mean, all different, mileage from the Earth. So, and again, science is saying, not a good idea. The way they reflect the sun when it comes up because they're shiny surfaces. So, when the sun hits them, they just reflect the sun. So it's going to be like every single angle on the earth is going to be hitting extra sunlight coming in, during the daytime. Is this a smart idea? Is this an intelligent idea? Is this a thought out for the future idea? Or is this just like what most wealthy companies do? And that's, don't give a shit about the future. Figure out how to make as much money as you can right now. I think that's really a problem. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand why, well, I do understand it. The governments and things around the world are basically paid off. We think that we think we have countries and governments, but we have gigantic corporations that control everything. Luckily, they probably disagree and have infighting. I don't know. I don't know that there's any solution to any of this other than, people got to stop this right-wing, no regulations on industry and commerce and stuff, because there's always going to be 20%, and this is another proven fact statistically, that about 20% of the population are going to take advantage of whatever shit they can to get over, So 20% of the wealthiest people in the world and not giving a shit and just doing whatever the hell they want. Musk is a perfect example of that. We all know about Cheeto Layman, That worked out really good for him, didn't it? Trying to be, in the billionaire class. Of course, he never was. He never had that kind of money. And people that think he did are just out of their minds. He might have had that kind of money on paper. Well, I guess I'm just going to keep this short. Haven't been doing too many videos lately. I don't know that I will be, but every now and then something's going to get me all watered up and I got to unwad a little bit. I am working on my system, and I've completely redone my thoughts on that, but I haven't shared any of that on YouTube yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to approach TikTok. I don't know if I want to get involved in that. I can't stand Instagram. I have tried my best to like Instagram, but I just don't like it. I end up spending more and more time actually on Mastodon. I find some way more interesting news and articles, and seems to be a little bit higher intelligent level on the Mastodon platform. I don't know if it's going to remain that way, but I hope it does. I'm kind of enjoying myself. I have 2 instances there. Well, anyway, Um, you know, and here's the Russians walking around, and they're oligarchs. And, there's probably a lot of money in Europe and Africa and Asia, South America, that are all doing the same kind of crap. No doubt in my mind. I just don't know. I hope that, maybe billionaires need to go to billionaire school or something. But it seems to be really ridiculous to me what's going on, and the wealth disparity as well. But anyway, great. Good luck. Well, the Earth will be covered with a dome of satellites reflecting the sun, making it even hotter on the planet. And anybody know what a magnet will do, or even a piece of glass or a mirror will do when you reflect the sun off of it onto some dried grass or whatever? It'll catch it on fire. So yay! What a good idea! What a great plan! The satellite thing is. I don't know. I'm gone. There's no point in me saying any more about this bullshit, I guess. Adios. Buenas noches.